Okay, what we're going to talk about today is, first of all, we have weather here in the Philippines, but I bought a new Chinese pressure washer for 10,000 pesos, and I'm going to show you the things that are necessary to do to it while it's still new and before you start it. Because if you were to run it the way it is sold from the store, you would be in a world of trouble. Now, the first thing you need to know is that it has a suction hose like this. You put a weight on the suction hose to keep it down so it doesn't suck air. The second thing you need to do is this adjustment nut. I had to put a 3/8 spacer in it because it had run out of threads. And I also had to put a block of wood on this side here in order to twist this pump straighter or parallel to the running bar below, and adjust the motor that much so that the pulleys line up. It was off almost 5/16 of an inch off diagonal like that. That will wear out the belts very fast. The next thing, of course, you have to put oil, and inside these grease caps was no grease, just a very small amount of grease. You have to fill that up with grease. There are 3 of them. So you have to fill those up. The factory only sends it with enough grease to run it for about an hour. When you fill it up, those 3 grease caps filled should be to the enough to run it for about 2 tanks of gas. And then you have to replenish the grease. Now, this mixer, it says on here, but here it says that it's off. So even though it says on here, it's in here. There's a little, some small letters on top of that metal piece. So on is actually here, even though it says on here. So you have to look to see where on is. Otherwise, you won't be able to start the machine because the gas flow will be off. Now, I oiled all of the fittings, and these bolts that hold the motor to the chassis were loose, and these bolts that hold the frame of the motor to the chassis were also loose. And once I finish power washing, what I'm going to power wash, I'm going to paint inside these pipes because the gauge is less than, it looks like a number 16 gauge, or maybe it's 18. It's not very thick. I don't imagine it would last long. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, people are going to say I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. I have a pressure washer in America that lasted 25 years. I used the same gas and oil mixture for my chainsaw that I put into my power washer. It doesn't run quite as fast. You probably lose 200 or 300 RPM, but the gas and oil mixture from the chainsaw lubricates the piston. Now, some people are going to say it's going to foul the plug. It's not going to foul the plug. As long as you have good spark. 25 years I ran gas and oil mix from the chainsaw into the pressure washer that I had in America, and not just the pressure washer. My motorized air compressor, 25 years. I bought them the same time on the same day from a Honda dealership in America. Now, I don't imagine that this is going to last 25 years, but if you take care of this machine, I would say it would last 2 or 3 years. So it's a 6.5 horsepower. It doesn't have near the pressure that I would like it to have, but it's working just fine. And we're going to start it up now. Honey, give me the wand. Oh, okay. Here, hold this. Just hold this like this. I don't know how much gas we used. It still has a half a tank. Okay, no need to put gas. Okay, so go give me the wand.
What wand?
That's called a wand. Daisy is learning. Oh, another thing you need to do, this is important. Once the machine runs for about 10 minutes, these belts are going to start to flop around over 1 inch. Normal flutter on a belt is about 3/4 of an inch maximum. After 10 minutes, the belts that are brand new, because they're not the highest quality, they're not Gates belts, they stretched and they were fluttering around more than 1.5 inches. So I explained to Daisy that's not a good thing. So please get me the wand, and then I'm going to show you what we're doing. Well, I'll show you how clean it got. It actually works well. It probably only has about, I don't know, maybe 600 pounds of pressure maximum. The one I have in America had 2,200 psi, but this machine was 10,000 pesos, and to replace the same in-kind as my American machine would be 55,000 pesos. So you could buy 5 of these machines for 1 American machine, and this machine will do the job necessary. Okay, so it's off now, and now it's on. Okay, you hold this. Open this up.
Oh.
Now you have to turn this on in order to relieve the pressure. Okay, so put that over there. Just hold it now. And then I'm going to go upstairs after I get this started. Now it started up quite easily. Before what has to be done, you have to leave the choke on until this machine warms up. And I use earplugs. Okay, you're going to hold that on throttle.
What?
Let go. Hold this. the water is going around. Okay, hold the throttle on high.
I don't know where. It's like this.
This. Okay?
Hold?
Yes. Wait till I tell you. Okay. I got it in here pretty good. That's pretty good. That's 90% of the grease out.